politics and religion, because they always told the American people never to talk about politics, never talk about religion, because it starts an argument. Because you know what it's designed to. And since America can't have an adult conversation and get... What's up, people? It's your boy Charlie in the Box, the patriotic miscreant. But I'm gonna have my box today is gonna be it's gonna be 8 years that I'll be doing this, coming up in September. See, years ago, I had a question I would ask people was, how does the United States of America, the government itself, spend the amount of money that it does with no accountability? And people that I knew, they said, well, you can't look at the United States government like a private corporation or a private individual. They have a special exemption that gets them to spend as much money as they want, and that's the way it is. Well, to me, that made no sense, because I know what 2 + 2 equals, and it's 4. And since you don't make no money, you can't spend no money unless you go into debt. And when I realized what our monetary system was, what I learned about money and where it comes from, I learned about the private Federal Reserve, I learned about America, the country, not the government. I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision. Do I keep doing things the way that I want to do things, or do things the way God intended my life to be? So I decided to change my life and to seek Him. And this is where I'm at 7.5 years later. I think if anybody were to sit down and have an adult conversation with me, they could tell I know a little bit. Some people say I know a lot, but I know a little bit. I read more books today than I ever did in my life when I was in school. I've gotten past politics and religion, because they always told the American people never to talk about politics, never talk about religion, because it starts an argument. Because you know what it's designed to. And since America can't have an adult conversation and get past politics and government, politics and religion, well, they need to get to their country, get past politics. Politics is Republicans and Democrats. Get to country. That's the United States Constitution, its Bill of Rights. And understanding government and knowing that God had a purpose for this country. But in order to have a good moral people that sustained a constitutional republic, they had to get past their religion and get back to their faith in the Most High. That's God. If our founding document states that man inherited these inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness from their Creator, and no government could ever take them away, why would we abandon everything that made America great? We're in trouble today in America. And if you go back and look at my videos for the past 2 years, you would see that I've talked about Venezuela, because Venezuela is ahead of America, just like Europe is, and Italy and Greece. They're all socialists and communists and democracies that are going to show you what America, the direction where you're going. We're in the same path. But see, America was framed different. It was framed with a system with checks and balances. That's the way America's founding fathers intended it to be, but with a good moral people at its helm. That's the only way it was ever going to sustain itself. And since we threw all morality out the door and we don't care anymore, and we don't mind the media plagiarizing us and indoctrination in our educational system, and we live a life of apathy, well, shoot, we don't care what happens. What part of the world that you know that exists where there's no accountability there? Or find me a country where you're going to be able to live that you're not going to get your feelings hurt. Those don't exist in this world that we're living in. This is reality. See, there's two sets of realities. Let me ask you a question. Do you know what Agenda 21 is? Do you know who Albert Pike is? Do you know about the Council on Foreign Relations? Do you know about GMOs? And do you know what those vaccinations do to your children? Do you know about geoengineering? If you don't know too much about those topics that I just mentioned, you're living in a false sense of reality. I'm willing to bet what's more important to you is what sports teamed out, or what the new Housewives or whatever show it is, their Duck Dynasty or whatever bullshit TV show or whatever occupies your life is more important than real world knowledge. You want to know what's going on in your country? Go to drudgereport.com. You want an introduction of understanding what's going on? Read a book by the title, The 5,000 Year Leap. You want to know about the New World Order and these Illuminists, these Illuminatis, but you want to know it in a biblical sense? Why don't you look at a video called Know Your Enemy? You want to know about the Illuminati and how Satan is the prince of this world? Pick a book by William Guy Carr. It's called Satan, Prince of this world. You got to educate yourself to understand what's going on today in this country, because we're in a bunch of trouble. And as long as we continuously allow these things to happen, it's only going to get worse. It just came out that saying that these smartphones are talking to your smart TVs are talking to your smartphones. Your sense of privacy has been taken away with your consent. You bring these products into your house, it doesn't matter, because it's more convenient like this. Today, having a phone is a necessity, right? No, it's not. That's living in a false sense of reality, that you're willing to give up your sense of privacy for a false sense of security. That's why people have to be educated, and people introduced to people like Patrick Henry. If the people let their government decide that's Thomas Jefferson. If the people let their government decide which foods they will eat and the medicines they will take, the bodies will be in the sorry state of the souls that live under government tyranny. Patrick Henry said, the liberties of the people never were nor ever will be secure when the transactions of the rulers will be concealed from them. Thomas Paine said, man, dude, I got a lot of quotes and stuff that I know because I've educated myself. And all I'm asking you guys to do is either change your life or at least share the videos that I do. I never want people to believe me, because look at your messenger. But to try to question anything I ever tell you guys on these videos, if you guys were to look up any of the topics that I tell you guys, you would say what I'm telling you, you guys would know what I'm telling you guys is the truth. And hopefully you guys share that information, because that's how we get an educated and empowered public, and that's how we could evoke change. But as long as the people don't know, we don't know no better, and it's not really our fault. All I am is a stepping stone to get you guys to look at things in a different way. All I'm saying is get on my back, look over and check it out yourself. That's all I'm doing. I don't mind being a stepping stone. I don't mind being made the fool of, because in the end, I know what I'm doing is right. What are you doing? So if you're not going to do everything empowered to restore your life, liberty, and this country, you're going to do everything empowered to destroy all three. Charlie the Box, the patriotic miscreant, and a mount.
Hello there. Watch Charlie the Box before he's sent to a re-education camp.